Don't let time run out. These are the final days of Happy Honda Days at Team Honda. Don't miss your chance to save thousands during our biggest sale of the year and get clearance pricing on a huge selection of new Hondas. Hurry in now before time runs out at Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Yeah.
Wow, what a 24-hour period we've had.
Isn't that something? A very somber start to 2025.
Yeah.
A lot to follow, not only in our backyard, but from coast to coast, and some of them even tied in. So let's take a breath. Starting here on a brand new day. It is January 2nd of 2025. Hard to believe we're rolling into a new year.
Now, I'm going to remind you in December that you made that little flub because you're going to go, that seems like I just said that yesterday.
Yeah.
When December comes, it's going to go like...
Yeah.
It always does. It always does.
Crazy.
But yeah, with all of that going on in New Orleans, we were talking about how they rescheduled the game for today.
Yeah.
I was actually wondering, maybe you know at home, it was originally supposed to be a night game. I assumed they would make it a night game again, but they didn't. It's going to be an afternoon game. You said they're going to put up big radiuses around the around the stadium, and it's unfortunate also. It's just a bad situation all around. Some people had to go home. Non-refundable flights, what do? And then that's that.
Ticket prices have dropped. You can get a ticket for the day's game for $30.
Where did you see that? Just out of curiosity.
Our sister station in New Orleans,
Really?
Fox 8, WVUE, yeah.
Wow.
Well, think about it, because a lot of folks that had non-refundable tickets that came in for New Year's and were flying out today because the game was going to be last night, right? So they, with their non-refundable tickets, do you eat that money and buy another ticket and risk not getting back in time or for work or whatever? So yeah, you have a lot of folks that are forfeiting their tickets and selling them just to get rid of them, and then some that just aren't going to the game.
Right.
Yeah.
They offered the bands that were here from the opposing team, the two teams, were offered by their schools to send them back home if they didn't want to participate in the day's game, and a lot of them took them up on that.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of the
I
band
did not
members
know
did.
that.
Well, you think about the logistics.
Uncomfortable. Mom and dad are uncomfortable with you down here.
It's understandable. They're a little nervous, and the logistics
It
of
is
it
a
is
nightmare.
You wouldn't
for
catch
everybody.
me
Yeah.
anywhere near Poydras in a vehicle. Poydras is always crazy in front of
Just
the
on a
normal
yeah.
States game. But I would park. We were friends in Metairie that are parking at their home, our friend's house in Metairie, and Ubering to the game. Now the rideshare drop-offs are going to be away from the dome too. They're not going to be in the regular Saints game rideshare drop-off either. So just plan accordingly. I mean, I would definitely go if you've got tickets. One of the councilwomen in New Orleans said, listen, I'm going to the game. I wasn't. Now that ticket prices are what they are, I am going to the game because we can't let terrorism stop our way of life, or the terrorists have won.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Matter of fact, as soon as you said the $30, I'm seriously thinking about going to that game. Now that you
you're
said
off
that,
tomorrow. You can stay out there. And
I'm off tomorrow.
Yeah.
The game. Actually, the game's of great interest. The game's of great interest to me because my school, Penn State, we play the winner. Whoever wins this game is who we get, and it should be a really good game. But maybe that's why they made it an afternoon game. You just mentioned a lot of people might have to go to work or something the next day, so I guess it's easier to get them home earlier. Maybe, I don't know if it's easier to protect during the day versus night. That I don't know about.
I mean, when this was first blowing up yesterday morning, it was considered that they weren't even going to play it today. They were going to extend the
Well,
delay
it's
it a
still
little.
TBD. Depending on what happens today, we're going to check in with the officials and find out. Anything is possible, so I think they're asking people just to be flexible in case anything changes.
And don't go down there with an attitude like a lot of folks get down there and get silly in the quarter.
No.
Consider the quarter closed. Do not go around any tape. We saw some folks going around some tape. They're not playing, man.
No,
they're not playing.
You got to take it seriously. But you think about how often you walk down Canal, right? You walk down Bourbon, right there, right there. We're walking down the Crown Plaza. You're walking there towards the CVS, and you walk there.
I got to tell you, Bourbon at Canal. That's my go-to at 3 in the morning for Crystal Burger.
Yeah.
Crystal Burger's right there.
Yes.
Ain't nothing like a hot Crystal.
My wife and I, we were just out there a week and a half ago, and everywhere they got the cameras. Yeah, we were on Canal right there, like we were talking about. We even went into the CVS you just mentioned, Walgreens across the street. I just, this is a bad situation anywhere, but I hate this for the city of New Orleans because they're trying to build up, they're trying to change the narrative. I think they've been doing a good job lately, and you've got all these great things. You got the Sugar Bowl, the Super Bowl, Mardi Gras. Maybe that was part of this bad guy's motivation. He knew there would be a crowd, and there would be soft targets. But there's so many good things happening in New Orleans, and this just it makes it bad.
Well, it certainly doesn't define the city. This
No,
is
it
just
doesn't.
one moment in time
Right.
that we're still looking into. Gosh, we're thinking about all the families. And we're going to talk more about the investigation in just a bit.
And some local families to Baton Rouge that we
Yeah.
talked about. It's just sad.
A lot to follow. I tell you what, the bright spot, quite literally, the sunshine, shining today. That is the guarantee a new day comes, and we see it. Evidence of it, Jared.
It's a brand new day, right you are, Liz, and that's a very nice look over Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital. Thank you to them for all that they do. And it looks like it's going to start off as a nice day, as you can see here. That's the evidence. But we're going to get more and more cloud cover in the afternoon as we kind of set the stage, set the table for things to come over the next couple of days. 40 feels like 40 because the winds have all but shut down, and they should be relatively light throughout the day. Got up to 64 yesterday, very close to where we should be this time of year. And I mentioned this earlier as we closed the book on 2024. Oh, by the way, it was one of the warmest years on record for Baton Rouge. It was the second warmest on record. For Lafayette, it was the second warmest on record. I think for New Orleans, it was the fourth warmest on record. Average temperature for us was 72.5, and for the Baton Rouge area, 71 days last year. 71 days we spent at or above 95. Let's not do that again this year, shall we? Increasing clouds later today, a late PM shower possible but not likely. Hold on to your outdoor plans for the weekend. Hold on to your outdoor plans for Saturday. You should be good to go. Sunday, a little bit iffy depending on what time. Sunday, it looks like the afternoon and the evening is when a round of showers and thunderstorms can move in, which, by the way, makes a lot of sense because that's going to be the time when the next cold front comes to town, and that's going to be a very strong cold front, by the way. Not really much going on right now. There are some clouds and moisture, a couple showers over in Texas, and that moisture is going to move our way. Kind of this weak dying off coastal low. That'll bring some of the clouds, but the main event, the main headliner is going to be the Sunday afternoon, Sunday night cold front. Then as we get to Monday, we're looking a lot better, but a lot colder. It's going to be a huge difference in the temperature department. Show you that in the 10-day forecast. As for today, we'll make it up to about, I think we get a little warmer, the mid 60s for today. You see the clouds start to increase over the area, right? What about the chance of rain? A couple of little flickers of green on your screen here. We're going to cover up with about a 20% chance this evening and tonight. By Friday morning, it's gone with the wind and we're looking a little bit better. But Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening, there's that slight risk now, and that's kind of knocking on the door of Baton Rouge. It's not quite here, but as you know, things could definitely change between now and then. So Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening, we're not worried about flooding. That's some good news. Hail and tornadoes, it's an isolated threat. It's not a zero threat. There's something there, but I would say strong winds. That's probably going to be the primary risk there. We're going to keep a very watchful eye on that. We haven't first alerted it yet. We'll keep an eye on that as well. Today, 65 with increasing clouds in the afternoon. Then for tonight, we're cool, but we're not quite as cold as we were this morning. Drop it down to 47, and there's your 20% that will cover up anything we get tonight. It's going to be on the light side anyway. Then watch this big difference. Couple things I want you to note. First, yes, Saturday is the drier day of the two, but Saturday is also the colder day of the two with a high of 60. Sunday's the wetter day of the two, but Sunday's also much warmer, 75. Look at the difference. Look at that. 75 Sunday, highs on Monday in the upper 40s. And by the way, most of next week, we're going to be living in the 40s. We're talking about in the afternoon too. So Johnny, that's why we're alerting everybody's attention to this, because it's really going to feel much different. And this is going to be the coldest that we've been in quite some time.
And going to be chilly. Get that coat out. All right, thank you, Jared Silverman. Good morning, everybody. At 11 after, we're looking pretty good this morning on the interstates. A lot of folks are going back to work today, but most going back to work next week, taking an extended Thursday, Friday off to add to the holiday week and then get back into the grind next week. I know a lot of the teachers will be going back on Monday, students on Tuesday. So we're expecting lighter traffic today and even tomorrow as we make our way in and around the area. Drive times look great this morning. Look at this, 16 from Gonzales, only 11 coming in from the Denham area. And 4, those are green. Those are normal drive times this morning. There's a live look at the Gordon McKernan First Alert traffic camera at College Drive all the way to the downtown area. Interstate traffic very, very light. 7:11, 11 minutes after. You're watching WAFB 9 News Now. We very happily do this for you every morning at 7 o'clock to recap some of the headlines. And we have a lot of them today that you might have missed during 9 News this morning. Liz Coe back with more after this message.
Here at 7:13, our top story of the day is still the latest on the deadly New Orleans terror attack in the French Quarter. We're showing you the video of that scene as it was happening there early Wednesday morning hours. So the FBI is still investigating this. Again, 15 people were killed, at least 30 others were injured. Some of the victims actually are from the Baton Rouge area. FBI says the suspect, this man, 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar, he was killed while doing that firefight with police after that crash. Now today we're expecting an update, a press conference from the FBI New Orleans field office. We're told today is actually a day where FBI agents expect to turn over the Bourbon Street crime scene to local authorities. And now they're investigating a number of other threats across the country to see whether there is a tie to this incident. We're going to follow all the latest for you, including ways you can help local victims and all of the victims of this. You're looking at this web story here. GoFundMe launches verified fundraisers. You're going to find the link to the official GoFundMe for some of the victims in this. WAFB.com, how to help. Look for that story and you'll find the direct links and ways to help these families. We've also got some other resources if you'd like to donate blood today. A number of things all waiting for you on the 9 News app. Of course, here on 9 News Now, we're following everything for you. We'll be back with a check on that weather and traffic report coming up in about 10 minutes here. Jared's watching your Thursday forecast and beyond. Cold weather's ahead too.
Oh yeah, next week's going to be real cold. A lot of days next week, we won't even get out of the 40s for highs. Yeah, I know, right?
Oh,
we don't want to deal with that again.
No, but thankfully, I think some people here, they want to pull out the fall, winter fashion, so glass half full for some people.
Break out the Uggs.
It's the final countdown for Toyotathon at Team Toyota. Don't miss your chance to get year-end savings on new 24 and 25 Tundras with 2.99% financing, or a new 25 Camry for just $329 a month. Hurry in and save at Team Toyota, I-12 at O'Neill.